Creating a study in your AppKat account is easy. Here, I'll explain how to create a new study and what all the various tabs mean. The first step is to give your study a new name, Round 1. Once you've entered the name, you can go to the next step, which is setting up tasks. Tasks can be used both for moderated studies as well as unmoderated studies. When creating a task, you just have to define the task name, dashboard. I'll just use the same thing as the name into the description. And you can also create a new survey to go along with the task. So what I'll do is create a new task survey that will ask users questions like, what was it? Once you've created a new survey, you just reload the survey list and select the survey that you just created. So log into your new dashboard survey. It will be mapped to the task name of the same name that we are creating here. Once you've entered everything, you can go ahead and click on Create Task. Creating a survey is optional, so this time around, we'll select No Survey for this task, so the user doesn't have to fill anything out. That's how you would set up a new task for any new study that you create. Once you're done with setting up tasks, you can go ahead and click on the next step, which will bring you to unmoderated instructions. If you plan on doing unmoderated tests in this study, you can enter a test URL for your unmoderated study. This could be an Vision prototype or an actual prototype URL that you'd like to share, or a high fidelity prototype that you're hosting yourself. And you can define the instructions for your study here. These are the default instructions that AppKat includes in the unmoderated page. However, you're able to edit any parts of it, delete all of it, anything you'd like to do. Next step is to set up the site intercept. If you want to use the site intercept, you're able to customize the text inside the intercept, the header, body, the call to action CTA for accepting, and to decline. You're also able to define whether or not you want to collect the user's email address in the site intercept. Furthermore, you're able to also define whether a user should be able to see the intercept or not, depending on whether they have a cookie or a JavaScript parameter defined in the browser. Once you've set up all the parameters here, you can move on to the next step, which is the qualifiers setup. The qualifiers is the screening questionnaire that will show your participant, both inside the site intercept as well as the sign-up page. To know what I'm referring to, if you haven't seen the video on how to recruit participants, please refer to that video, and you'll see the same questions that we've asked here in those qualifying questionnaires. You can create new questionnaires by selecting the create and add a new question, and you can ask anything here. So we can ask something like, so you can create as many responses as you want by comma separating your responses. So here I've said potatoes, onions, and I hate vegetables as the three options that the user will be shown. Once you've added the question to your list, you can define which answer is the correct response that you're looking for the persona that you'd like to identify. And finally, you can enter what email address and the name on the email should be used when you send invites to your participants. So if you're a consultant and you're sending emails on behalf of a client who has a different business name, a different email address, or even a different first and last name that you'd like to use for yourself, you can enter those for each study. So that way, any participant who receives an invitation for that study will have an email address and a person name that refers to that particular study. Once you're done, you can go ahead and hit Finish and Create Study.